The signal arrived without warning. It was weak, broken, and slow, but it carried fear. Far from the center of the galaxy, an alien alliance listened as the message repeated again and again. We are losing. We need help. The council chamber filled with uneasy movement. Leaders from many worlds looked at each other. Their fleets were damaged. Their soldiers were tired. The enemy was relentless. Silent ships. Fast strikes. No mercy. Worlds were falling one by one. The council tried every option. They called their allies. They called their warriors. They called their strongest fleets. No one came. Some could not. Some would not. The room grew quiet. Fear spread like cold air. Then one name appeared on the central screen. Humans. No one spoke. Everyone knew that name. Humans were Deathworlders, born on a planet that crushed bodies, burned skin, froze breath, a world where storms killed, disease hunted, and war never truly ended. Calling humans was not a choice made lightly. One elder finally spoke. If we call them, they will answer. Another replied. But when they come, nothing stays the same. The council hesitated. Calling humans meant survival, but also meant surrendering control. Humans did not fight like others. They did not wait. They did not negotiate during battle. They ended threats. The signal from the front lines played again. This time slower. We are running out of time. A younger council member looked around the chamber. If we do nothing, we are finished. Silence followed. Then the elder moved forward. His voice was calm but heavy. Send a call. The decision was made. A transmission was prepared. Simple, direct, honest. We need help. We are under attack. We cannot stop it. The message traveled across the stars, toward a small yellow sun, toward a blue planet feared and respected, toward Earth. On Earth, the message was received, not by leaders on a stage, not by crowds, but by quiet rooms, dark screens, watchful eyes. Humans listened. They studied the data, the enemy patterns, the damage. There was no panic, no shouting, only movement. Orders were given. Ships awakened. Engines warmed. Metal giants moved in silence. Far below on Earth, soldiers trained. Pilots prepared. Crews loaded supplies. No speeches were made. No promises given. Humans did not ask why. They asked how fast. One commander looked at the stars. His face calm. His eyes hard. They asked for help. He said, "Prepare the fleet." Deep in space, alien sensors began to change. New signals appeared. Massive. Organized. Approaching. The enemy noticed too late. The alien alliance watched as shapes emerged from nothing. Dark ships, lined in perfect formation. There were no bright colors. No symbols of pride. Only function. Only readiness. The council chamber filled with silent fear and hope. They came. One voice whispered. Human ships did not broadcast greetings. They did not slow down. They moved with purpose. Weapons charged. Shields steady. The enemy attacked first. Fast and violent. Human ships did not scatter. They adjusted. The first exchange lasted seconds. Enemy vessels vanished. The alien commanders stared in disbelief. Humans did not chase. They did not celebrate. They advanced. Come inside chaos. The council realized something too late. This was not rescue. This was intervention. Humans were not here to balance the war. They were here to end it. As the fleet moved deeper into contested space, the council watched the feed. Human ships took damage, but did not retreat. The human fleet did not slow as it moved forward. It did not spread wide. It did not rush blindly. It moved like a single living thing. Inside the alien command center, fear returned. Not fear of the enemy, but fear of the help they had called. Alien officers watched the human ships glide through space. Their engines burned steady. Their formation never broke. One alien commander whispered, "They are not reacting. They are predicting." The screens showed enemy movements. Fast attacks from the dark. Ambush attempts. Trap signals. The humans changed course before the attacks began. Enemy ships appeared. Human ships were already firing. The first wave of enemies vanished. Clean. Efficient. No wasted shots. No chaos. The alien commanders felt cold inside. One officer asked, "How are they so calm?" Another replied, "They come from a world where calm is survival." The enemy tried again. Larger numbers, heavier weapons, space filled with light and heat. Human ships took damage. Sections burned. Systems failed, but nothing stopped. Ships adapted. Power shifted. Formations tightened. They did not retreat. They adjusted. On Earth, storms had taught them this. On Earth, war had taught them this. Failure was normal. Inside a human command ship, voices remained steady. Reports were short, clear, damage acknowledged, solution applied. No one asked for permission. Everyone knew their role. The alien alliance watched in silence. Their own fleets had always fought with caution, with fear of loss. Humans fought expecting loss. The enemy launched its strongest assault yet. Dozens of ships, weapons burning. The alien commander shouted warnings. But humans were already moving. Decoy ships broke away, drawing fire. Main force struck from another angle. Enemy command vessels were targeted first. Their coordination collapsed. Without command, the enemy scattered. Human ships did not chase randomly. They hunted, system by system, ship by ship. The alien officers felt something break inside them. This was not a battle. This was a lesson. One alien asked quietly, "Why are they so precise?" The elder answered, "Because on their world, mistakes mean death." As the fight continued, the enemy tried one last move. They targeted civilians, transport ships, stations. The alien alliance panicked, but humans reacted instantly. Human ships placed themselves between danger and civilians. Shields flared, weapons roared. Enemy ships were destroyed without hesitation. The humans did not argue, did not calculate morality. Protection was automatic. The alien commanders realized something important. Humans were not cruel. They were decisive. When the battle slowed, space grew quiet. Debris drifted. Signals faded. The enemy fleet was gone. But the human fleet did not power down. Weapons stayed charged. Formations held. The alien commander asked, "Why do they not relax?" The elder answered slowly, "Because on Earth, silence often means the next attack." The humans scanned everything. Space, signals, shadows. Minutes passed, then more. Nothing came. Only then did the human fleet change formation. Not victory, not celebration, defense. A message finally arrived from the human command. Enemy neutralized, proceeding to secure region. The alien council felt a strange mix of relief and fear. They had been saved, but they had also witnessed something unstoppable. One council member whispered, "What have we invited into our war?" The elder looked at the stars. Something that does not forget. Something that does not stop halfway. The human fleet moved deeper into enemy territory. Not waiting for orders. Not asking permission. They had answered the call. Now, the enemy did not understand what had changed. They only knew fear. Signals raced through their territory. Human fleet advancing. Human tactics unknown. Inside the alien alliance command, fear mixed with awe. They watched human ships move beyond the first battle zone. Not slowing. Not asking. The humans did not stop after victory. They pushed forward. One alien officer whispered, "They are hunting." The elder nodded. "They always do." The screen showed human ships entering deeper space. Regions marked dangerous, unstable, filled with ambush routes. The enemy had ruled these areas for cycles. Humans entered without hesitation. Inside the human command ship's crews worked in silence. Hands moved, eyes focused. No cheers, no relief, only purpose. The enemy attempted new tactics. False retreats, hidden mines, signal traps. Humans adjusted. Scout ships moved ahead. Sacrificial but controlled. When one was lost, data was shared instantly. Loss became knowledge. The alien observers felt uneasy. They learn faster when they lose. The enemy fleet gathered its remaining strength. Hundreds of ships, hidden behind dense debris fields. Their commanders believed numbers would overwhelm humans. The alien alliance warned the human fleet. Large force detected. High risk. The human reply was brief. Acknowledged. No change in course. The human fleet split. Not in panic. In design, smaller groups moved apart, drawing attention. The enemy attacked the divided ships. This was expected. The real strike came from behind. Human ships emerged from shadow. Weapons focused. Enemy command vessels vanished first. Without leadership, enemy formations collapsed. Panic spread. Ships collided. Orders conflicted. Humans pressed forward. The alien alliance watched in silence. This was not brute force. This was understanding. The elder spoke softly. Humans study their enemy, then remove its ability to think. The enemy tried something desperate. They targeted a populated station. Millions of lives. The alien commanders froze. Before anyone could speak, human ships accelerated. They placed themselves between the station and the attack. Enemy fire struck human hulls. Shields failed. Metal burned. Human ships did not break. They held. Others struck the attackers from the sides. Cutting escape. The enemy was destroyed. The station survived. Inside the alien command center, a strange silence formed. Humans had chosen damage. To protect strangers. One officer whispered. They risked themselves. The elder answered. They learned that on Earth. You protect the group, or you die alone. As the battle ended, the human fleet did not retreat. They secured the area. Set patrols. Controlled space lanes. They built order where chaos lived. The alien alliance felt a shift. Control had changed hands. A message arrived from the enemy remnants. Desperate. Broken. Ceasefire request. Negotiation offer. The alien council turned to the human commander. What do they want to do? The human commander replied calmly. Deny request. Continue operation. The council hesitated. They are asking to talk. The human voice was steady. On Earth, those who asked to talk after losing are preparing the next strike. The council said nothing. They trusted human judgment now. The human fleet moved deeper, destroying supply. The silence after the battles felt wrong. Space was quiet but tense. The alien alliance command watched the human fleet hold position. Ships stayed in formation. Weapons ready. Nothing moved without purpose. One alien officer finally spoke. The enemy is broken. Why do humans not leave? The elder answered softly. Because humans do not believe in endings without certainty. The screen showed deep scans of the region. Human probes moving into shadows, mapping hidden paths. Humans searched places no one dared to enter. Dark zones, unstable regions, dead systems. The enemy had used these places for generations. Humans entered them calmly. Inside, human ships' crews worked without rest. Shift after shift. Fatigue was expected, managed. On Earth, exhaustion never stopped danger. The enemy tried to hide. Small groups, silent ships. Humans hunted them. Not fast, not loud, patient. Every trace followed. Every signal tracked. When contact was made, the response was sudden. The alien alliance watched small enemy groups disappear. One by one. No announcements. No warnings. Just absence. One alien whispered. They erase problems. The elder nodded. That is how they survive. As days passed, a strange change began. Human ships started building. Not cities. Not bases. Control points. Beacons. Defense lines. They turned chaotic space into structured zones. The Alliance realized something new. Humans were not guests. They were stabilizing the region. A council member spoke with concern. Are they taking control? The elder replied. They are preventing the problem from returning. The screen changed, showing a distant system. Enemy remnants gathered. Desperate, they prepared a final strike. A message leaked through. One attack. Everything. The Alliance detected it too late. The target was not a fleet, not a base. It was a civilian world. Millions lived there. Unprotected. Panic spread through the council. Before orders could be formed, the human fleet moved. Ships broke formation. Accelerated. Engines burned bright. Pushing limits. The alien sensors struggled to follow. Humans arrived first. They placed ships around the planet, forming a shield. Enemy fire struck. Hard. Desperate. Human shields cracked. Ships burned. But they did not move. The Alliance watched in horror. Why do they stay? The elder answered quietly, because leaving would mean death. Humans absorbed the attack, holding position. Then the counterstrike came. Precise. Focused. Enemy ships vanished in seconds. The last threat ended. Human ships drifted damaged, smoking, silent, but the planet lived. Inside the council chamber, no one spoke. The cost was clear. Human losses were real, yet they accepted them without hesitation. A message arrived from a human commander. Threat eliminated. Civilians safe. Nothing more. No request. No demand. The Alliance felt a weight settle. They owed their survival to beings who asked for nothing. Days later, human repair crews worked, fixing ships, restoring systems. No anger, no blame, just work. One alien officer approached the elder. Why do they do this? The elder thought for a long moment. Because on Earth, no one comes to save you. So when humans can save others, they do. The enemy was gone now. Completely. Space. The galaxy did not return to normal after the human fleet left. It only appeared calm. Inside the Alien Alliance command room's sensors still watched the dark. Waiting. Listening. The elder knew the truth. Peace after humans was never simple. Reports arrived from border systems. Enemy remnants hiding. Small groups testing defenses. This time the Alliance did not panic. They remembered the lessons. Human tactics. Human discipline. Human patience. They responded quickly, cleanly, and they succeeded. Yet something felt wrong. Far away, a new signal appeared. Faint, careful, non-attack, not a threat, a question. The Alliance decoded it slowly. Where are the Deathworlders? Fear spread through the chamber. The enemy was not asking about fleets or weapons. They were asking about humans. The elder felt cold. The reputation had already spread. Other powers in the galaxy were watching, learning. Some felt fear. Others felt opportunity. A council member spoke. What if others call them too? The elder replied. Then the galaxy will change forever. The screen showed distant regions. Wars paused. Fleets waiting. Everyone was measuring themselves against humans. Some began copying their methods, training harder, preparing for loss. Others searched for ways to counter them. Humans had become a standard, not a species, a force. On Earth, the fleet returned quietly. No celebrations, no broadcasts. Ships landed, crews rested, soldiers returned to training grounds, pilots to simulators. Humans did not believe the war was over. They never did. Inside a human command center, analysts reviewed the conflict. Every mistake, every loss. They recorded everything. Pain became data. Lessons became doctrine. One commander spoke. Next time will be different. No one asked when. They all knew. In the Alliance space, a hidden enemy group made a decision. If humans return, we cannot face them directly. We must break what they protect. A new plan formed. Slow, quiet. They would not attack fleets. They would target trust, false signals, fake distress calls, turn humans against those they protect. The first test was launched. A weak distress call. Small world. Simple plea. The Alliance detected it. Hesitated. Memories of the past war returned. They opened a channel to Earth. The message was brief. Possible false signal. Seeking guidance. The human response came after analysis. Acknowledged. We will investigate. Fear rippled through the enemy. Humans were moving again, but this time not with fleets, with scouts, with caution. The galaxy watched. Would humans still answer? Even knowing it might be a trap. Inside a human ship, a soldier looked at the stars. Same question. Different war? He adjusted his gear. Deathworlders do not stop answering calls. He said, they just learn to hear the lies. As the ship moved into the dark, the galaxy held its breath, because everyone now understood one truth. Once humans enter a conflict, it never stays small. And Part 5 ended not with battle, but with the promise that the next war would be quieter, smarter, and far more dangerous. The galaxy learned to listen differently after that. Every signal carried weight. The Alliance command rooms stayed active. No celebrations. No false peace. They remembered what humans had taught them. Calm is preparation. The false distress call was traced. Layer by layer. Slowly, the enemy had been careful, but not careful enough. Human scouts moved through space like shadows. Silent. Watching. They did not rush. They did not strike. They waited. Inside one scout ship, a human commander studied the data. Patterns formed. Paths revealed. The trap was real, but incomplete. The enemy expected anger, revenge, force. They did not understand humans. The scouts returned. Information complete. The human fleet did not launch in fury. It launched in silence. Small groups, spaced far apart, invisible to most sensors. The Alliance watched with tension. No massive formation, no warning, just absence. The enemy waited for a dramatic arrival. It never came. Instead, their supply lines failed. Their signals vanished. Their allies stopped responding. Panic grew. By the time the enemy realized what was happening, it was already over. Human ships appeared briefly, precisely. Targets disappeared, not exploded, erased. Leaders vanished. Command centers went dark. No chaos, no spectacle, just control. The enemy tried to send another message. No signal left their space. Humans had sealed it. The Alliance felt a chill. This was different from the First War. This was quiet. The human commander sent a message to the Alliance. Threat neutralized. No further action required. That was all. No victory speech. No demands. The galaxy did not cheer. It exhaled. Worlds took note. Records were written. Warnings shared. Never manipulate Deathworlders. Never lie to those who answer calls. Humans returned home again. Quietly. Earth remained unchanged. Storms still came. Conflict still existed. But now humans carried space within their experience. They trained. They prepared. Not for conquest. For response. Inside the Alliance halls, a final report was archived. Humans are not saviors. Humans are not monsters. They are answers. Call them, and they will come. For good or for finality. The Elder closed the record. The lesson was complete. The galaxy now understood the cost of help, and the meaning of calling those born on a death world. Far away, a small world looked at the stars, wondering if help ever comes, what shape it will take. The stars did not answer, but everyone knew if humans arrived, it would mean everything after would be different.